everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith E. Phillips, and today I wanted to chat with you about planners. The planner community is huge on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm sure on other platforms as well. I am not huge into the planner community myself, but I do use planners quite frequently because it helps me stay organized, and checking things off of a to-do list is incredibly satisfying. So today I wanted to share a couple different things with you. First, I'm going to start with just some general tips, some things to look for in planners if you're a writer / content creator when you're trying to decide which planner to purchase, because there are an incredible amount of planners out there on the market today. Then next, I want to share with you what I used for 2021 and what I've purchased for 2022. If you've seen any kind of plan with me or planner related videos from someone who is deep into the planner community, you know that they make their weekly spreads and daily spreads like works of art. They use stickers and stamps and fancy pens and all this kind of thing, which can be really fun. And if that is a method for you to express yourself creatively, then it's awesome. Go for it. I tried that in the past and I found that I just got bogged down in making it look perfect. It didn't work for me. So I tend to buy a planner and then I just use the planner with a pen, and that is all I use in it. I think sometimes if you've seen those kinds of really decorated planners, it can make you feel like yours doesn't look nice or things like that. And really, at the end of the day, a planner is supposed to help you plan. It's supposed to help you stay organized. So as writers, and if you are a content creator in some capacity, whether you post videos here on YouTube, whether you're active over on Instagram or TikTok now, of course, is super popular. So if you're planning out TikToks, you can have a planner to help you schedule things and all that kind of stuff. Last year was the first year in a long time where I really used my planner for pretty much the entire year. There were a couple weeks where I just didn't even touch it, but for the whole, I used it every single week. And I found that it not only kept me organized and kept me on top of what I needed to do for the week and for planning ahead for the month, but it also helped me to feel less anxious about upcoming things. I cannot tell you the number of times that I sat down and was like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. And then I sat down and made the to-do list and it really wasn't that bad. And so it helped me a lot in that regard. And you certainly do not have to purchase a planner. You could use sticky notes. You could use a piece of computer paper if you wanted. It doesn't have to be a planner, but the planner can help keep you organized if that's what you're into. And I personally like keeping mine from year to year. If I've used one, it's almost like a journal because you can look back and see, oh yeah, this was this long weekend where I did this cool thing, or this event it's like a little log almost of all the things you were up to. So real quick, a few things to consider when you're looking at planners. The first thing for me, honestly, that I look at is the price. If I find a planner for $90, I am not buying that planner. It might be the perfect planner. That's a lot of money for a planner. What I generally try to do when it comes to pricing is think about how the price breaks down in a per week sort of usage, because for me at least, I use a planner on a weekly basis more so than a monthly or daily basis. So if the price breaks down in something that I personally think is reasonable for a per week cost, then I don't mind paying it. So to me, $1 a week is fair enough. So a $52 planner, I'm that's the upper end of what I'm willing to pay. Of course, price is going to completely depend on you and your personal finances. A $90 planner to you might not sound like any kind of big deal. A $52 planner might sound absolutely ridiculous. You would never purchase that. So it's obviously going to be an individual thing, but figure out, to me, it helps when I break down the price in a per week. Then the price a lot of times makes sense in my head. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's usually how I think about it. The other thing I like to look at is the durability. I tend to buy a planner that is going to last the whole year, or hopefully last the whole year, and it needs to stand up to 365 days of page flipping and being shoved into desk drawers and all that kind of stuff. I don't tend to travel with my planners, so I don't need to worry about throwing it in my purse or suitcase or anything like that most of the time. If that's something that you would want to use your planner planner for, then you really want to make sure you find one that has a durable cover and some nice paper inside that will hold up to that kind of moving around and being in crowded places where it can get scrunched and that kind of thing. One of the things that can get you trapped into buying a planner that you don't really need is the extras. Typically, a planner is going to have monthly layouts, weekly layouts, maybe daily layouts if you're looking at that kind of planner, but they also a lot of times will come with extra pages, planning pages at the beginning or the end, and all kinds of little extra inserts. And sometimes those inserts can look really cool and be like, oh wow, this is going to be amazing, setting my goals and da, da, da. If you're not going to use those pages though, it's a waste. So if you're looking at a planner where the big focus is like all these extras that you're probably not going to use, that's maybe not the best planner for you to pick up. One other thing I do look at is the aesthetic appeal. I am using it all year. I want it to look, you know, kind of cute. Just a little cute is fine. Finally, the other thing I look at is, for me, I tend to plan by the week. So I look at the weekly layouts, and I like to see weekly layouts that have some sort of flexibility within them. If you have a planner that is really rigid in how it's set up and you can really only use certain parts of it for certain things, that can be limiting. So I like to find one that have big open spaces that I can use for one thing early in the year, and then I can kind of switch up how I'm organizing stuff and use it for something different later in the year. So let me share with you what I used for 2021, and then we'll pop over and check out the 2022 planner that I've purchased. This was my 2021 planner. It is the Table Talk weekly planner from Mochi Things. Unfortunately, this particular model has been discontinued from them. It is still available on a Korean website. I can't read Korean, so I can't order it because I don't know what buttons I'm clicking. If you read Korean and you can find it and buy it, like, awesome. I don't know if they ship to the US. I couldn't read the website, but it is still technically being printed. It's just not available on Mochi Things. If you've never been on the Mochi Things website, I encourage you to go there with a bit of caution. If you are a stationery and office supplies person, there is the potential for you to spend quite a bit of money on this website. They've got more planners than you can imagine. They've got pens, they've got notebooks, they've got all kinds of cutesy little sticky notes and stickers and all of the things. So just be careful if you go over there. I will put a link in the description, but just be cautious. I really enjoyed using this planner. I'll show you here a few of the pages and how I used it in a second, but a couple things I really liked about it. Number one, the cover is like this plasticky rubber kind of thing, and it's super durable. You can see, like, it's still in really good shape. It's not all crinkled and gross looking. The pages inside were really nice paper. The other thing I really liked about it, it was relatively inexpensive. I'm pretty sure I paid like $30 for this. And again, if you break it down into like a weekly payment sort of deal, that's less than $1 a week. And I really enjoyed using it. The only thing to consider if you use Mochi Things to purchase anything is that they are based in Korea, so it does take it a minute to get over here. But even considering that, I thought it was pretty fast. Last year, now this was pre all the shipping issues we're having right now, but last year I ordered it like mid-November and it arrived at the very end of November. So it was like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. They have so many options for planners. They have smaller planners like this. They have bigger letter size pages. They have like enormous giant ones. That would be overwhelming for me to use, but you can get it if you want. They have little tiny things. They have all kinds of stuff. They've got some really interesting, like long, like weekly to-do list kind of things with little spiral at the top where you can flip the pages. Like, they're really cute. Again, I'll link to them in the description. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It's just the website, and I liked using them. The other thing to keep in mind is that because they are a Korean company, the holidays and other like important days that are marked in here are Korean holidays. And there's a little bit of like Korean on the monthly spreads where I guess it's labeling like what the holiday is. But it's very tiny. It did not bother me at all using it this year, so just something to keep in mind if you choose to go with this. So let me really quick show you this planner and how I used it. Okay, so this is the Mochi Things Table Talk Planner for 2021. Like I said, the cover is really durable. It's sort of this plastic rubbery type of cover, which I really liked using. The first page is a just overview 2020, 2022, and 2021 calendar, pretty standard. This is kind of what I'm talking about with inserts. There was a yearly plan layout here and a project plan layout here, which I was really excited about initially. I thought they would be really cool to use, and obviously I did not use them. Now, if these are just 2 pages, like that's not a big deal. But if you see planners with lots and lots and lots of extra things like this, and you're really not going to use them, that's kind of a waste. This planner starts with all of the monthly spreads here at the very beginning of the planner, which I enjoyed using it that way. I don't necessarily care where the monthly pages are for me. So you can see I used them to outline when live streams were going to be or what YouTube videos I was posting. I had sometimes like, we had our new doors installed here, so I was like noting that kind of stuff. Vacation time. October was a little bit crazy. And then it starts the weekly layouts. This was the first week of December for 2020. And so this is how it was laid out, which I really liked. You had 3 little boxes up here at the top under each day, but then the bottom was just this open space. And one of the things that is important to me is having something that I'm not committing myself to do on a specific day, if that makes sense. I tend to do weekly to-do lists, and it's not that I have to do something on Thursday. It can be done anytime during the week. I just need to get it done. So what I tended to do was make lists like this, where it was just do these things. It doesn't have to be done on Thursday. I just need to do it sometime soon. So here's a spread from the beginning of January, and you can see that I was doing some things like specifically on different days to try to make myself do certain things on certain days. And I ended up stopping that after a while. I was doing so good with lunches and walks this week. Amazing. Eventually I switched to doing it more like this, where I was having little to-do lists here on the bottom. I like organizing it in terms of like, here's stuff I have to do for the house or like chores and stuff. And then here's social media and writing kinds of things. And then up here, I was scheduling my YouTube and Instagram posting. So here I was going to post a video about Preptober, and I had little check boxes to film, edit, upload, and to do the details on the YouTube detail page stuff. And that's really how I continued the rest of the year. And, you know, see, like sometimes I would have days or weeks like this where I didn't do any kind of to-do list, which is fine, you know. You use it for what you need. This was Thanksgiving week. What a week it was. The other thing I really liked at the end of this was that it had all of these lined pages at the end. And you can see I used them to do brainstorming for goals. I have video ideas and subscriptions I was thinking about getting. And that's pretty much it. It's a fairly simple planner, but I really did enjoy using it this year. So like I said, unfortunately that particular layout is discontinued from Mochi Things. I looked at some of their other planners and was just kind of like, I'm not sure. And then I decided to look outside of Mochi Things. And of course I was inundated. As soon as I typed planner into like a Google search to look for stuff, I cannot tell you how many Instagram ads I started getting for planners. So I ended up on the Plum Paper Planner website. I have heard about this company for years now. I never really delved into what they offered, but I am so glad I found their website because the amount of customization you can do for these planners is insane. I honestly don't know how they do this. Like they're custom printing your planner. I don't get how they do that. It seems like it would be super expensive, but they, in my opinion, they are very reasonably priced. They have a huge number of sizes, of page layouts, of cover designs. You can customize the text on your weekly spreads, which is really cool. You can reorder the pages in what order they come in, which I really liked. They even have a feature where you can choose which holidays are noted in your planner. And they have a lot of options that aren't typically available at most other places. They have like the sort of typical holidays, Christmas and New Year's and things like that. But they also have options for adding in like Muslim holidays and Hindu holidays and like a ton of different stuff on there. And you can literally click the little check boxes for which ones you want in your particular planner, which I'm like, this is so cool. I picked out a couple different ones to put in my planner that were important holidays for me, but I did watch somebody else's video and I wish I'd watched it sooner because it was like a really good idea and I didn't even consider it while I was buying mine, but she added all of the different holidays to her planner, and her kind of idea behind that was when it came to a day that was a Hindu holiday or a Jewish holiday, then she would be prompted to look it up and just find out and sort of educate herself a little more about what the holiday was and, you know, what it was for and all that kind of stuff, which I thought that was a cool idea to do. I ordered my planner back on October 22nd. It was printed and shipped, and I received it by the 30th. Which for a customized planner like this, that's a really great turnaround time. My total was about $42. That did include a $6 sale. I forget what sale it was that I bought with, but I got $6 off my order. $42, if you added in the 6, it would be $48. I did the math really quick there. I hope you're impressed. Which is less than my $52 like limit, so to speak. So again, in my opinion, it was a fair price to pay, especially for the amount of customization that I was able to do. If you go on their website and sign up with just a, you know, regular account, they do have a referral program. So if you go on the website and you would like to order from them, I can get you a 10% off coupon, which I think is pretty cool. The only thing I need is your email address in order to send you the link. I don't love how they do this, but on the website, I have to go to the referrals section and I have to type in a person's email to then send them an email with the link to the website to get the 10% off. Like, it's kind of a lot of steps. I wish they would just have like a link and that you could post it or like send it to people. Anyway, if you want 10% off your order, I can get it for you. You just got to email me and be like, hey, can I have that referral link? And I'll be like, here you go. So anyway, I'll put my email address, of course, in the description. If you want to email me and request it, I'll send you that referral link. I do get a kickback reward, so if you use the code and use the 10% off perk, I get a reward dollars or something like that. So just FYI, so I'm being like transparent for you. But if you sign up and get your own account, then you can do the same thing for friends and family, or if you have your own YouTube channel or Instagram, you can do it over there too. So I will show you my planner here, but keep in mind, like, this is one of a million different choices you could choose. They have so many options when it comes to the customization of these planners. So let me show you the planner real quick and why I picked out the features that I did. Okay, here is the Plum Paper planner. I got to customize everything about it. So there are a ton of different background choices here for the front cover. You can choose to have your name on it. You can choose to have the date or the year on it. Even like down to like what shape and what color do you want around your name. You didn't even have to put your name. You could have put like 2022 planner, whatever you want. It has a really thick acrylic plastic protector here, which I like. The cover is super durable. It is tear resistant, which is really nice. The beginning is pretty standard. Another calendar overview for 2022. You have some special dates you can put in. This was like standard stuff that it came with. I probably won't use this a whole lot, but there it is. Has a similar page with blanks where you can write in whatever you want. And then it starts with the months of the year, and they go all down the side, obviously. This again is like a standard setup for each month. You can put little goals in here, has space for dates and special events and all that kind of thing. You get a sheet of lined paper here at the beginning, and then you get the monthly overview. I will probably use the monthly overview page just like I did in the one from this year, where I'm putting in like what YouTube videos I'm going to post and that kind of thing. Then we get to the weekly layout. I'm trying something a little different. In the Moji planner, of course, it was a little more of a horizontal layout, and this one is vertical. I'm probably going to use these boxes for the same sort of thing, again, like I did this year, where I have the little check boxes and what I'm posting on what days. But this side is the side that I really enjoyed. I got to customize it completely. There's a little box at the top that just says this week's notes. I can put whatever I need in here. And then I customized the titles for these two columns. So this is going to be my to-do list section for the week. I can put any kind of household chores, and then this is the writing and social media side that I can use for checking off. You of course get a spread for each week, and then what I opted to do, this is an add-in, I opted to put a sheet of dotted paper here at the end. I'm not sure if the dots will show up on the camera, but it is dotted, and I'm gonna try to do what I did in that goal setting like Victoria Schwab video, where she had the grid of things to do on different days of the week. I'll link to that video down below if you haven't seen it. But I was able to add a single sheet of dotted paper at the end of every month, which I thought was pretty cool. So every month, of course, continues in that same pattern. If I had wanted to put this dotted page at the front, like in this section here, I could have done that. I could put it wherever I wanted, which I think is pretty fun. So all of that continues. I did add in a few extra things here at the end, and that is simply some more dotted pages. So I've got all these dotted pages for goal setting or brainstorming video notes or whatever I want them to be for. At the end, there's a calendar overview of 2023, and there is a little pocket envelope kind of thing here at the end, which honestly, I probably won't use this a whole lot, but it's there in case I want it. So I hope this little video on planners was helpful, and again, I will link below to both Mochi Things and Plum Paper Planner. If you want the 10% off little referral code for Plum Paper Planners, I will send that to you. You just have to let me know you're interested in them. What kind of planners do you use in your writing or content creation? What kind of methods work for you? Do you have any tips when it comes to picking out a planner, or do you have a particular planner company that you really like to use? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button. I post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. You can find me over on Instagram at Meredith Phillips Writes, and you can head over to my website, meredithphillips.com, to sign up for my newsletter. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.